RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
I was gonna say, y'all ready to close this out with the shields?
Absolutely. So P, I'll let you take over on this one.
All right, fair enough. As we know, what I'm saying, we all knew that a certain somebody had their MMA debut, this week, won Claressa the Quote Shields, so and a little talk about that, little talk, I seen a lot of people giving her I kind of had to side eye a little bit because Goofy was like, oh well, give Claressa Shields, she's got balls because she's the only boxer that will step up and do MMA. I'm like, that's wrong, first off. So
that's easily dispelled.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Did we literally not just forget that Heather Hardy boxed up in MMA, the baddest woman on the planet not too long ago?
It wasn't Heather Hardy. It's Holly.
I'm sorry, Holly Holm. My bad. I got my double H's mixed up. But so. And she won, Claressa Shields. So we give her props. She stepped up and she won, 1-0 in MMA. So Ring Gang wanted to check the temperature. You know what I'm saying? See what it's like. See what the people want. So we did a poll. So Ring Gang always does the best polls. So you already know. But we asked, who would you rather see Claressa Shields fight next? Would you rather see Savannah Marshall in a boxing match, of course, Amanda Nunes in an MMA match, or Amanda Nunes in a boxing match? We got 165 votes so far, and overwhelmingly, 80% said Savannah Marshall. So,
yeah, these people are thinking clearly.
the people have spoken.
Finally.
Yeah. First of all, the fight itself, for terms of what she did, it was great that Claressa Shields actually got a TKO. She actually stopped somebody with her fist or whatever. And then this was after some very anxious moments where, obviously...
She had to make a comeback, really.
Yeah, she was on the ground. Obviously when old girl took her to the ground, Claressa Shields wasn't as effective because her grappling is not on a high level at all. It's a very rudimentary level, but and she almost got put into an armbar too in the second round. But she kept her cool at least. And then funny thing is too is when old girl got tired, Claressa's boxing training kind of showed because boxers have a stamina. And I thought she would actually gas from the grappling, but that was the first shot. But once she managed to get back to her feet somewhat, she just rained right hands right into her temple. And then I know we always talk about Claressa not getting the knockouts in boxing, but when she was landing with those 4-ounce gloves, I think that they wear on old girl, that she was clearly affecting her. She couldn't.
Look, dude, fuck it, we giving her too much credit for that shit. The bitch was on the ground, could barely protect herself with an open head to get hits. Shields was supposed to knock her out in that position. I don't know why niggas is going crazy. No, show me the skill you have from the Olympic gold medals and get those knockouts in fucking boxing. I'll rest my case.
I think it's just mostly because she actually did knock her out with punches. I think that's what people was because she didn't.
Yeah, but they ground and pound. You had the typical Tito Ortiz win. It's not like she dropped her cold from a right hand or a hook, and it was the ref was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh Lord, you knew that wasn't gonna happen.
It's a possibility. Are we going to act like that's never happened before?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all never seen a Tank Abbott fight?
I have.
Of course, but I wasn't gonna expect Shields to do that. Shields isn't a cave woman.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying, like, I mean, yeah, she was impressive, it was cool, but I'm still not on some like, oh my god, let me get the woke posters and the Malcolm X jerseys and all this shit, and she's the best thing, the boxing, protect the queen. No, fuck that. Fight Savannah Marshall already, goddammit.
yeah,
I don't care about all this other shit.
No, and that's what I want. Yeah, I mean, obviously, for all the fights that she says are not available to her in boxing, she's not making the money, and like everyone else, Savannah Marshall is there. She's there. She has a belt that you would want, so you can be undisputed at that weight. And she has a win over you, like.
How much is she making this MMA fight anyway for niggas to start downplaying the whole there's not enough money in boxing? Because at least with the Savannah Marshall fight, we heard a figure announced. Hearn said it was more like 300K. Shields said it was more like 250. But at least we have a type of number to go on with. You feel me? For MMA, what did she make 500K for that fight? Like, what did she make where we're supposed to agree to this shit?
I have no idea how much money she made.
And you probably gonna find out because that shit might be an illusion.
Yeah,
propaganda to sell her in MMA. Like, did she get more promo for MMA? Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like her damn boxing don't get promo.
Yeah, and like I said, women. So, she's had. Obviously, she's not the best self promoter. Like, she's polarizing to a lot of people. And
but some people use polarizing to their advantage, and it works. So she gets discussed a lot. Like, whenever we do a poll on Ring Gang with Shields, that shit is at least getting 100 votes tops easily.
Right.
And I'm not even saying tops. I'm talking about easily. Like, well, the last time we had a poll, she had like maybe 600 votes, like 636.
Yeah, so it's. Yeah,
so people discussing, she's known all this shit about she's not promoted and all that. Like, there's more to it than that.
She's heavily promoted. Like, now if you want to go,
and just the performances don't fucking even out to the promotion and time people put into that shit.
But people don't want to admit that because either then. Because I have yet to heard a sound argument on why she went the distance with the type of fighters that she went the distance with in boxing.
Exactly. But we haters when we say this shit though.
Yeah.
Nigga, we just know boxing and we ain't on no fucking clit riding.
So looks of course the Shields has. She's definitely talking about, but we all know boxing. You have to. If you're gonna talk how you talk. You gotta get rid of some of these fighters, or you gotta do it. You gotta do something. You gotta stop them with the distance. You gotta drop them a couple of times,
or beat the shit out of them where the ref has to stop it.
The fact that we know how many times has this happened in Claressa Shields' boxing career, like off the top of our heads, is that tells you a lot because we're not supposed to know that, But she only has 2 stoppages and she only has 1 knockdown of a fight in her boxing career. That's it.
And she don't take the right type of fights to get into exciting fights in boxing. At least not recently. Like, besides the Gabriel, the Douglas, and
the DAZN fight.
The DAZN fight. I give you Tori Nelson as well. That was a decent fight for her at the time. But if she doesn't fight those type of fights over here, like in boxing, she's not gonna get she's not gonna get the accolades that she wants. Like, people want to see her in exciting type of fights and shit.
Yeah, and we mentioned early into the year that women boxing was kind of carrying early on before all the announcements, and she was in none of those fights. So
that's what, like, why is everybody else getting the good, exciting fights, but the alleged the person who was at the very top can't? Like, you can't say women's boxing ain't been doing good because fucking each year a women's boxing match is giving you at least 1 fight of the year candidate for like the last 3 years.
Yeah, and like, so even Michaela Mayer, who's signed with Top Rank, even she's finding herself in fights, getting fights. So it's like, what is your problem? Like, And none of them are going on pay-per-view, trying to do an independent pay-per-view to get, to try to get attention.
Exactly. So all this shit that you hear niggas be on some, oh man, there's some secret service establishment out there to hold Claressa Shields back, or there's some type of demonic forces that we're going to need Constantine to investigate to get to the bottom of. All that is bullshit. Y'all just gotta start holding everybody accountable like Ring Gang does.
Right.
Enough of this damn. Well, they don't knock people out in 2 minutes like that. Or, Leia Ali, she fought a bunch of jobbers. Christy Martin fought jobbers. Sick of hearing that fucking shit.
Yeah, like Amanda Serrano has a great knockout record, and she fought with that time.
Exactly. Superbad be knocking these damn broads out too.
Yeah. And truthfully, she has a moral complaint about not getting the attention she deserves, and she's put in the work and then some.
Exactly. So if she wanted to make that complaint, yeah, I could. It's justifiable because, like in boxing, like the male boxing, there's some guys who are legit ducked. Then there's some guys who they just take the wrong fights and have the wrong performances. Then there's guys who avoided. You got all of that shit. So it's a case by case basis, but. I'm not going to just say, like, okay, the answer to Claressa Shields getting bigger in boxing or becoming a bigger star lies within the MMA. I just can't say that. As a boxing fan, nah, I can't.
Right.
I mean, there are some people that are a victim of circumstances. I don't know if Shields is one of them, but it's a tightrope. I don't like to really fucking go into that because then it becomes.
No, I mean, it exists. Look, we know it exists. You tightrope my ass. Look, we know it's out there. Like James Kirkland got shafted for fucking title fights on his come up. That's a fact.
He did.
Agree.
Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. Even like with racism in boxing, all that shit. The shit is out there. It happened. But it's still a case by case basis. And like Pat said, if Amanda Serrano was making the case that she's not getting promoted enough or, for her accolades, it's a little more understanding. And I do appreciate Ring City promoting her last card real good, so I can see a change. But for Shields, it's a little different, You got higher expectations because you came in the sport at a higher level. So, it is what it is, man. But yeah, she had a good win. Hope she comes back to boxing and fights Savannah Marshall because that's the only fight, and beat her before you can say you're done with boxing. Because if not, this shit's gonna be Leia Ali and Ann Wolf again.
Right.
And I can't call nobody fucking go when they leave their fucking biggest fight on the table.
Right, and Amanda Nunes may be a big fight in MMA now, but it's not. It's not. It may be a big fight, but it's not a fight that she should take because Amanda Nunes.
You still gotta build that fight up because she don't have enough MMA experience.
Well, yeah, you got to beat some names in there.
The Marshall fight could happen this year. Nunes is more like late next year if possible, and that would mean Shields would have to take one more MMA fight this year and maybe two more next year before you could realistically say, you know what? I could see a Nunes Shields fight.
Right. And then Nunes in boxing, Nunes in Alexis, you can't. I mean, I don't want to see that at all. Period. Because first of all, I don't want to say before a Marshall fight because it doesn't make any sense to me. So if you guys,
if we're gonna see the crossover, I would rather see what's her name, Cyborg get in there, but
right.
The Cyborg ain't big enough for Shields.
I think they're actually friends too. I know.
Yeah, he fought and shit. Nah. Y'all better get roided up Gina Carano out or something.
Oh,
Shorty look like she could give Pat a run for her money, man. But it's gang over here,
Absolutely.
I throw her through a wall or something. You like the Colossus fight on Deadpool.
Oh man, but yeah, at least it's good enough. Everyone wants to see Savannah Marshall. So yeah, like as long as that fight's still buzzing, as long as Savannah Marshall's still undefeated and still knocking out broads, yeah, you better make this fight sooner than later and stuff. Instead, because like I said, although I know Amanda Serrano and some others they dabble in both, but I can only imagine after some time your body's not gonna like doing that. So yeah, you might as well try to make this fight now when your body's at its freshest before certain deterioration starts setting in. But,
and get you some endorsements.
Yeah, until then, we'll probably just get some more. No, Eddie's not showing me the right numbers for this fight to happen. Blah 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 blah.
That's why it's important to know what the MMA fight was paying. Because this ain't no fucking. It's not like it's a UFC fight. It's some whole other league or something.
Yeah, professional fighters league. Yeah.
I don't want to hear Claressa Shields made $175 for a damn MMA fight when you had the Savannah Marshall fight over there for $300K.
Yeah,
well, I heard Bellator pays more than UFC, so I wouldn't be surprised if she got a decent bag, relatively speaking. But obviously,
yeah, but decent's relative though. Like I feel you, but I need some numbers thrown around because, but see, they're gonna keep the numbers on the wraps because if I'm putting shit together like, so you took less for an MMA fight. But you'd have made over $250,000 for a Savannah Marshall fight that people actually want to see. Then you got to start holding people accountable,
right?
Because even now that both of them keep winning, maybe that fight's worth $500K.
Yeah, but yeah, because if you don't give it a shot to do what it needs to do, then things never happen. But I think she's more. I think it's just really for Shields. I mean, obviously, it's prize fighting. You want to get paid, but I think but her thing is she's more. I think she's really trying to be like on equal footing as a man.
But you only got 10 fucking fights in the game, and you don't knock nobody out. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's so. I think that
I'm tired. Like, look, I'm not trying to be pocket watching or fucking purse watching, but goddamn, man. You ain't gonna get paid astronomical money every fucking fight. And if you're not somebody who done been in some goddamn Israel Vasquez wars or you're on your 30th fucking pro fight, it's like, it just sounds like fucking bitching and moaning. Shout out to fucking official scorecard boxing science. Goddamn, that's a long ass name. These feminist fans demanding for equal pay for girls acting as if they don't understand the promoters will go bankrupt as they don't get the same number of views sales. I feel you, but that hasn't stopped us from seeing McCaskill Breakers twice.
Right.
Pursuing Taylor twice.
Right.
Serrano fights, had the Hardy fight. It's like, so what's the hang up on that one fight?
Yeah.
And I'm not calling nobody, and look, fuck it. I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna end it like this. This is my fucking knockout punch. There isn't any greatest of all time women's boxer until they take their biggest fucking fight and win it convincingly. They're just women who are just top level boxers. Leigh Ali didn't get the Ann Wolf fight. That was her biggest fight, and she didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So she may be the GOAT of her ever, but I can't call her the GOAT of women's boxing of all time because we needed that fight to happen to really determine it. And Claressa Shields is the same thing right now with Savannah Marshall. I can't call you the fucking GOAT until you beat this lady.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just gonna have top fighters from different eras of women's boxing, but y'all not fighting the toughest challenge. Then it is what it is. I'm not gonna call nobody because I'm trying to award a nigga the greatest fucking accolades. And motherfuckers ain't fucking giving us a fucking fight to deserve it.
Facts.
You think motherfuckers, even Floyd for not whatever the pussyfooting around for the Pacquiao fight, at the end of the day, the man finally fucking fought him, and that goes for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better that they fought each other, even though it was late. You could at least, so when these niggas say TBE or the GOAT fighter, at least you could say, well, DB, he did beat that guy. You don't have that for women's boxing because it's not the fights don't happen late; they don't happen at all. These are the two people saying that shit.
This is true.
It's happening for men boxing now too, though. So it's like we're not getting.
Yeah, it happens with men's boxing, but it's somewhere. But you get more matchups, man. Like women's boxing.
Yeah, that's true.
And remember, women's boxing is more detrimental because you got less fighters. You got people calling themselves fucking damn champions, and they only got 4 fights.
5 fights, yeah.
Yeah, I personally knew a nigga in Florida who used to brag about fucking being an amateur champion in Florida with only having 3 amateur fights. Because he won some bullshit trinket in a fucking amateur fight and he only fought 3 times.
Shit.
No one's trying to hear that shit.
Basically, the amateur version of a GameStop belt. Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Damn. I know I be sounding pissed off and shit, but nigga, somebody gotta have some fucking standards in this bitch.
Yeah, no, but you're absolutely right though. Like, you absolutely.
Unless you Leon Spinks beating Muhammad Ali in your fucking 8th fight or some shit, I don't want to hear no fucking goat this, goat that shit.
No, absolutely, definitely, absolutely. So it's just like, yeah, Claressa Shields. Like, I mean, I hope. I mean, we all hope that she does, she does well in MMA or whatever, but if you're gonna do your shit, but you're doing your boxing career a disservice, if you're doing it just because you're not getting paid enough, or you want to get
we
paid.
didn't even get the Shields Leon Lee fight, and that could have been big.
I don't think Layla. Part of me doesn't think Layla's serious about it, but part of me thinks
because no one said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna put some money where your mouth is. Y'all talking about y'all want $4 million or $2 million, whatever. Let me put that up. Let me put a business plan together and realistically try to make that fight. That's all that gets happening. There's always mythical matchups in women's boxing with the greatest.
Right.
No one says, you know what, let's try to make that fight. I think at the time, with all that buzzing, I think they would have really fought, but no one really brought no money to the table.
because I don't think anybody looked at it as serious. Like,
Right.
They talked about it 2 fucking months for it not to be serious.
Yeah,
So
but
I guess the Brandon Marshall fight is serious then, because they not arguing every fucking day for a week and shit.
but it's different when you're going, like, when the arguing and the banter is between, like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a stack. That whole shit felt like a mythical matchup in discussion rather than something that actually had any legs to it.
True, but that's the nature of boxing now. Fucking mythical matchups.
Like
Fucking
that.
Spence Crawford's a mythical
Like
matchup.
I'm just saying, like that fight to me, that whole thing to me, that back and forth to me, almost like was like equivalent of an old Hall of Fame basketball player saying, "Oh, I'd beat this new guy's ass 1-on-1. I'd whip his ass like on the court."
Now, basketball is different, man. Like with boxing, you could be an old nigga and learn how to be composed and catch a counter, and you could turn that shit around. Basketball, once your legs and knees start going, yeah, that shit ain't. I'm not expecting Alonzo Mourning to come out and post up Anthony Davis. but even a guy like Daenerys could show you he could, turn the clock back or some shit.
I mean, but Daenerys is still an active fighter. Like I'm talking about,
yeah, but he's older and not even back. Like I get what you're saying. I seriously, I get what you're saying. Like, but at the same time, it was a fight that was taught. It's like it had legs. But it's like the legs didn't have shoes on them. And the thing is, it's not like Shields got in a better significant fight. If anything, the Marshall fight should have happened then because all eyes were on Shields. So it's not like all that buzzing and talking did her career any favors. It didn't go nowhere. I took 2 more boring ass boxing fights, then I went to MMA. That's all that's happened since then. I mean, first of all, am I lying? Is that an accurate observation?
I mean, I didn't say you was.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, you're right.
I just want boxing to be better. That's all.
And we never want women's boxing because we do support women's boxing, but it's just like, one women's boxing, it'll be like 1 step forward and 2 steps back. then 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that be happening.
Yeah, like a fucking Paula Abdul song. Like, fucking fuck out of here. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Person got robbed. Y'all don't like that. Like, oh shit! Like, come on.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Be fucking remixing shit. Nigga, it's a G Unit mixtape right here. Ring Gang Radio. Yeah. Y'all thought we ain't gonna put the radio hits to the radio? Like, you think it's just Ring Gang? Oh man, like I'm done, man. We can close this out, man. Final thoughts, whatever the fuck, man.
Word. So, P, man, do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, it's Ring Gang all day. You know what I'm saying? Ring Gang all day, every day, twice on Sundays. And it's Sunday, so I'll say it again. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day, twice on Sundays. You know where to find us at, ringgangradio.com. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You know the vibes. Got a whole bunch of boxing coming up, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it all. Hopefully we get some good fades.
That's all we can do.
Because I fell asleep last night, and that was partially to me being an old man these days and not being able to stay up past 12, and just the fight was lackluster. So didn't give me any incentive to keep the veins pumping to keep me up. So
Hold on, a young man fought like an old man last night is what you're saying. Making a young man sleep like an old man.
yeah, I mean, one fighter was a cop, but it was the other fighter that was desensitizing the violence.
Hold on, so are we still gonna defund the police, or are we gonna defund boxing for that performance?
Ooh.
Yo,
Nah, wait, hold on, wait, official, no. That McCaskill Breakers part 2 is damn good, man. What you talking about, man? Hold on, I gotta disagree with you on that one.
The first fight
I
was
think
better
Eddie
to
know what
me.
he's doing when he shoves some of those women's fights as co-mains.
The first fight was better to me than the second fight, but the second fight was really good too.
Bradkus, McCaskill, the second fight was way better than the first.
I actually liked the first fight more,
Oh wow, God damn.
but I liked them both. So
yeah, no.
Nah, I felt like McCaskill fought better. I thought they both punched more in that fight. The first fight was kind of boring to me, or it was rough. It was like great value Floyd, Madonna.
McCaskill fought better in the first fight, but in the second fight, but Breakers fought worse in the second fight. Fought better in the first fight. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like at least the first fight we got
Was more competitive.
Yeah,
But competitive don't always mean entertaining, though.
I guess.
What do you mean, I guess? How many damn... you ever heard of Eric Morales?
Of course.
You know,
All them entertaining-ass competitive fights.
You know, but I'm at disagree because usually Eddie's cards, usually they're hit or miss. And it's not just on the co-main. Like, it'll be... Like, if Eddie has a card that's hit, you know, then the whole card throughout is on point. When it doesn't, it's not just the co-main.
It looks worse. Yeah,
it's everything.
Taylor Persoon was shit. I think I was more hyped for that than the fucking Povetkin White.
Now that's one where the second fight was better than the first fight.
Yeah.
That we
Shit, and the first fight was good. Fuck that.
Hey, Pat, the name slips from mine. What's the boxer that had the she has a big chest?
Oh, the Australian.
Ebony Bridges.
That was a good fight. That was a real good fight.
That was a good fight.
That was
Yeah.
a good fight.
So that's what I'm saying.
Actually-
When you start looking back and naming the fights, you're like, damn, these were some pretty good fights.
And then also too, because I just want to bring up quickly that I think some of the lists for Fight Camp 2 got leaked. And that fight, Bridges and Courtney Ball, I think is one of the fights that Eddie's gonna run back on there. I think
Oh, Ebony Bridges. Thanks, official. Yep, Ebony Bridges. That's what.
And Katie Taylor had a good fight with Natasha Jonas.
yeah.
That was a good fight. Yeah, I mean, I know some people might see might not be fans of the skill level sometimes, but god damn it, we done seen some damn cavemen fight in boxing. I done seen some Brian Minto ESPN level fights.
That's the name of the fast.
that were good as fuck, and I'm like, god damn, how come niggas ain't shoulder rolling? How come he's not picking off punches with his gloves? so nah. Sometimes you just want to see a good fucking fight.
Absolutely.
I don't need to goddamn see a Rigondeaux, Tion Kennedy, a lights out performance every night to enjoy a fight.
Well, actually,
although that was one of the worst ass whoopings I've seen.
Yeah, honestly, that ass whooping was entertaining. It wasn't. I mean, it was one sided as fuck though. But Rigo was sold in trying to whoop some ass. So I was cool with it.
And you know what? Sometimes in the women's boxing matches feel better when they're sandwiched in on a good fucking card.
Yeah.
The energy, because you see how that Taylor Pursuing first fight was real good, but then you had a whole entertaining card.
Yeah.
So I feel like that enhances it sometimes, but I can agree with you, official, that they don't need to be shoved on a fight card every fucking time. I get it, like it gotta be selective. You gotta have the matchup on point, but I don't think I've seen a stinker type of fight where I'm like god damn, Eddie, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I said, we've talked about the quality of Eddie's cards. Like Eddie's cards in the UK are pretty on point. Like, dude does his thing there. In America, it's mostly it's hit or miss, and most of the time it does miss.
Yeah. So yeah, my bad. I know we still ran, but I know official got here late, so we had to drop some bars with him.
Word. Oh man, so
pilot.
Yeah, man. Shit.
Oh,
I hope my fault. I hope make sure everybody dusts off their old tablets and laptops because there's a lot of boxing on Juneteenth.
Yes, sir.
Pick your card, pick your poison. Hopefully, get some good fades, and my predictions are correct. But yeah, there's Ring Gang Radio, Facebook, Instagram, ringradio.com, Twitter, TikTok, Uppercut Season. You know what it is.
There we go. LB.
Oh man, just stay on the lookout. Taking over, and subscribe to YouTube channel if you haven't. Shout outs to DZ. Happy birthday, Ring Gang.
Happy birthday, DZ. Salute.
So big shout outs to my bro. Shout out Ring Gang TV, Prolific, Planarchy, Sample Genius, Rome Top 5, PJ Fight Architect. It's Uppercut Season all day, cartoon in the works. That shit is looking fire. So y'all make sure y'all just follow us and just keep supporting us, and we're gonna give you some hot shit to be in tune with. So it is what it is. You know how it is.
I can't wait.
One more fucking thing. That's a shout out to my man Caprice. Nigga said Caprice. I was looking for Caprice Sons the other day, so that's maybe why. Key Soprano Sundays are back, y'all. Check out his new song on Spotify. I Just Wanna. So yeah, I had to make sure I had to get that out there. So I'm done. Shuttleworth to God, go artists.
Yes, sir. I don't have anything really more to add, other than what the other brothers have already mentioned. Like I said, Ring Gang's everywhere. Google us. Go to the website above all. Go to our YouTube, sub to that, Podomatic, Anchor, all that. We're everywhere, man. Where you need to be, however you listen to your podcast and everything like that. And especially with the YouTube, man, just tell your friends, if you sub, tell your friends so they can sub and we can all be friends, because like I said, we do this shit for y'all. And yeah, boxing, like I said, there's a lot of boxing on next week. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. And another thing I got to rant about too, and because we didn't bring it up, Lamar Odom, Nick Carter, is it Nick or is it Aaron Carter that got knocked around? I forget the Carters. I think it was Aaron Carter.
It was Aaron.
Yeah, no, I don't ever want to see anything like that again. Like, it's unfortunate too that now that some shit like that's picked up steam, and we might get more of that shit, especially if it,
Bro, Michael Buffer was on that YouTube TikTok shit that was on. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he gets because they throw him a bag. Most likely
throwing him a bag. Little baby was all up on it,
Yeah,
blame boxing. Y'all niggas pussyfoot around for years, not making the fights people want to see. Blame boxing.
Yeah.
And now we have this shit. Now we have Lamar Odom, who had like 3 strokes, 2 heart attacks, and God knows what else. Knocking around a former kid star who's a junkie. So it's like, yeah, nah, I don't ever want to see that shit again.
But tall niggas, y'all did hold that win that night. So
yeah, tall game won one there.
Between that and seeing an old, fat, 63-year-old former heavyweight, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Tim Witherspoon, play around with some guy that he would have knocked out cold in his prime just for fucking around. Yeah, I don't want to see that shit again.
Y'all got Chuck Liddell refereeing, like.
And Peter Guns won that fight. I did watch a little bit of that. Peter Guns definitely won that shit.
Yeah, either way, I don't want to see no bullshit like that, bro. Like that, this stuff was.
Hold on, what Peter Guns was fighting too?
Yeah, Peter Guns.
Did he fight somebody from Peters?
Yeah, he's fighting this dude from Love and Hip Hop, Cisco Rosado. Like, that was so stupid. Like, he took off the glove and was still trying to go at it. I'm like, damn, like this motherfucker's stupid.
Hold on, Cisco, the bald head guy.
Yeah. He was boxing with a black shirt on. It was, it's the dude at the pool that don't take the shirt off and shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wow! Like, oh my goodness! Like, and this fuckery didn't. Y'all lucky this fuckery didn't hit the mainstream outlets and shit. Like,
I mean, it did, but it wasn't like I think people were kind of like treating it as like it was some bullshit.
Nah, because it was low level. Because Lamar Odom. It's not like it's like a bigger basketball star, bigger names. Like this shit hit the little social media roundtable, but this ain't Chad Johnson fighting somebody or T.O. or somebody.
Right.
and shit. Who knows? Shit, nigga, one of us might get the call. Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
at this rate.
Yeah, but I really hated seeing the shit that I saw on Twitter. I hated seeing it. So yeah, boxing, you gotta get your shit together, like, because eventually when these celebrities do catch a brain bleed because they keep fucking around and think this shit is a game,
and we'll still blame boxing.
Yeah,
it'll still be your fault.
Yeah. But yeah,
God, they had no headgear though. Shit.
Yeah, at least they had a headgear. Yeah, if they didn't have a headgear, I'm pretty sure there would have been some even worse fuckery. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, so for myself, Pat Scorpio did.
Fucking shout outs to Povetkin retiring.
Oh yes, Povetkin. All the PED fuckery. And believe me, there was a lot of that. Dude at least was able to make it hot in two respective heavyweight eras during his career. He was a gold medalist, and he did his thing. Like, but it was clear to everyone in the final fight that COVID got the best of him. COVID was. I mean, if he continued, he wasn't ever going to look the same again because he looked like he was struggling. In that last fight with White in this rematch. So but we still got to salute him though, because like I said, he was a big part of the heavyweight division for.
And gave us some sick ass KOs in the process.
Brutal
KOs.
Brutal KOs. You know what I'm saying?
So you always go have more respect for that, even though he was always trying to be a fucking super soldier.
Exactly. There's always something like he tried to stay 10 steps ahead from the drug testing, but eventually they caught up to him.
So hopefully he just rides out in the sunset now, enjoys his retirement. I don't know if he's made a lot of money, but he's been around, so hopefully he's good and might be commentating on some Russian telecast or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Now he can take all the steroids he wants and won't get punished for it.
There you go.
I trained Big Baby Miller, and maybe y'all could make a comeback on some Megalobox type shit.
Yeah.
Right.
That motherfucker took so much steroids. He was Goldberg with a bowl cut.
Oh shit! Oh man, that's it. Oh wow,
Oh man,
that's a KO right there.
that's okay. I got ended with that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so for myself, Pat Scorpion, the living representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God of the GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.